Hey, fourth grade, Mrs. Bilger here. Today we are talking lesson 12, day 4. At this point, either hopefully I've seen you or you're on your way to see me. Don't forget about that. So today, lesson 12, day 4. Today is when you do like the think, pair, shares, and we usually go into breakout EDU rooms and then you share and then you come back. So in place of sharing with our class, I want you to share with a pet, share with a stuffed animal, share with a parent or a sibling or whomever you're with. Just share your answers just so you're talking about your math as you're doing your problems today. So we're going to start with the example. In our class, 8 students share 104 scraps of felt. Each student gets the same number of pieces. How many scraps of felt does each student get? So there's 8 students who are sharing those 104 scraps of felt. We know that they get the same number of pieces, so it's equal. And then how many scrap pieces of felt does each of those students get? So our total, or our dividend, is 104. Our divisor is 8. And then our quotient, we don't know. We are solving for. So they used an area model. They started with 8. Remember, 104, your dividend is how it starts your area model. So they knew that 8 times 10 was 80. They subtracted that 80. They put the 10 up here. They were left with 24. 24 starts my next box. And then I know the basic fact, 8 times 3 equals 24. I put my 3 up here, and then 24 minus 0 is 24 minus 24 is 0. So we add that 10 plus 3 to get a total of 13 scraps of felt left. So that's an area model, one of the models that we've been talking about in both multiplication and division. All right, let's look at page 14. I'm sorry, number 14. A tailor has 641 yards of material to make costumes. Each costume needs 3 yards of material. How many costumes can be made? Will there be any material left over? So a tailor has 641 yards. They need 3 yards of material per costume. How many costumes can be made, and will there be material left over? So there's 2 questions I had to highlight there. So here we're doing 641 divided by 3. I am going to use partial quotients. So I put my dividend on the inside of my division bar. My divisor goes on the outside. Okay. Well, I know that 3 times 200 is 600. That gives me 41. I don't quite know a basic fact for that, so I'm just going to stick with the place value of 10. So 3 times 10 is 30. So 41 minus 30 is 11. And then I know that 3 times 3 is 9, and we're left over with a 2. So then I have to add my 200 plus my 10 plus my 3 to give me 213 with a remainder of 2. So my solution is 213 costumes, and there will be 2 yards of material left over. Again, that think, pair, share. Don't forget to talk to somebody about that. All right, number 15. The prize place has 252 toys to be divided equally among 6 piñatas. How many toys will go into each piñata? So there's 252 toys. There's 6 piñatas. And they want to know how many toys will go into each of those piñatas. Okay, so here we're doing 252 divided by 6. My total, or shall I say my dividend, goes on the inside of my division bar, and my divisor goes on the outside. All right, so I know that 6 times 4 is 24. So if I add a 0, that gives me 240. So that's 40. So 6 times 40, add my 0, and then my 24. Well, when I subtract, 2 minus 0 is 2. 5 minus 4 is 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. So then this again is a basic fact that I'm left with. I know what that basic fact is. 6 times 2 is 12, which gives me that remainder of 0. So my last step is to add up my 40 plus 2, which when you do, you get 42, and there's no remainder. So each piñata is going to get 42 toys. Don't forget that Think Pair Share is there too. All right, the last one. There are 1,275 people trying out for a show. The director needs to put people in 5 waiting rooms. If each room has the same number of people, how many will be in each room? So even though you only have to circle the answer, you still have to solve for it. So there's that many people, and then there's that many waiting rooms. And I want to know how many will be in each room. All right, for the sake of not having a lot of area here, I'm just going to do this on scrap paper. So I've got 1,275 is my dividend on the inside of my divisor bar, divided by my divisor of 5. Okay. Well, I know that 5 times 10, right? 5 times 10 is 50. 5 times 100 is 500. 5 times 1,000 is 5,000, so it's too high. But what I noticed is that 500 is half of 1,000. So if 5 times 100 is 500, well, 5 times 200 is 1,000. So 200 I'm going to put up here, put my 2 zeros, and 5 times 2 is 10. All right, so then I'm subtracting here. I'm left with 275. Okay. So then now I have to get close to that 275. Well, I know that 5 times 5 is 25. So if I add a 0 to make 5 times 50, that's 250. Okay, let's try that. So 5 times 50, add my 0. 5 times 5 is 25. And then, oh, look at that. I also know that basic fact. So 5 times 5 is 25, so that gives me 0. So my last step is to add up my partial quotients of 200 plus 50 plus 5 to give me 255 with no remainder. So if I come over to my problem, I'm going to circle C. Okay. So if I have, so 255 is my solution to my division problem. So then if we look at Awan chose D as the correct answer. How did he get that answer? Well, I'm thinking that if he chose D, right, there was 1,275 people and there was 5 waiting rooms. 1,275 minus 5 is 1,270. So I'm thinking that he just subtracted the answers. Or should I say, I don't know that they're answers. A1 subtracted the numbers instead of dividing. All right, 4th grade, good luck with your workbook pages today, and make sure you get your answers submitted into the form. Have a great day. See ya.